Greetings, nomads. Greetings, nomads. Greetings, YouTubers. Greetings, YouTubers. So this fender lost a bolt and came loose, and it was going down the road and it was rattling really bad. And I fixed it once when I was on the road. Rachel was still with me, and took a little bit of doing because I couldn't get to all my tools and stuff. But it came loose again. And so what I did was I got some self-tapping screws and went up the inside here with about 3 screws into the aluminum siding, and it seems to be pretty solid now. So I had to get this long extension. This is basically just some 1/4-inch ratchet drive extensions, and then I've got a socket on the end there that fits, and I can reach in here and run those through. So anyway, got it all fixed. This was the hub. I pulled this rubber off and looked, and there's good grease in there. It's still pink and clean and fresh. It looks good. I'm still going to get a grease gun and pull that rubber cap off and put some fresh grease in there anyway, probably after payday. So yeah, here's one argument for deploying the pod. So to get to my screws and stuff, which are all in this box here, and then there's another box back in there, and then all of my cordless tools are down here. I had to push my mattresses about 4 feet forward so that I could open this door. So it was kind of a pain to get in. It wasn't horrible, but you know, it's not where you can just walk up and grab stuff and go fix things. So if I'd had the pods out, that would have been easy stuff to get to, but I didn't. So anyway, got the fender fixed, and good to go. I'm adding some more D-rings here to tie cords across these shelves to keep this stuff from sliding out in transit. So I'll put some down here, and maybe down on the bottom if I can get to all the posts. Yet another argument for putting the sleeping pods out. Get these quick bunks out of here and out of the way. I could probably get in here and work a lot better. Oh well, you live, you learn, right? I've added some other D-rings at different places in the trailer here just for anchor points. I'm finding that, like right here, I'm using this cord here to kind of reinforce this door in high wind. We get some really high winds out here. I mean, there's nothing to break it. The wind comes whipping down the plains, as the song goes. Look at those clouds. Afternoon thunderstorms cropping up. And so anyway, I put some D-rings up. Another one here. Another one down here. And I think the other thing I'm going to do is put some along the top here that I can use to anchor a tarp to, and kind of I'm going to put some poles out here and some guy wires off of it to hold them up, and then I can have a little bit of an awning. I also want to I've got these rubber mats. This is how I clean my feet before I get into the trailer, and it works pretty good. It's not great. And then I have another one here. Tiny Metal Tube suggested this. I'm going to get some Gator. I think the Gator something, I don't know, it's a coating you put on the inside of truck beds. And I think you can buy it in like a spray can or something. I'm going to clean that up, put some Gator Guard, I think is what it's called, put that down, and then put this back on top. Okay, so repairs are done, D-rings are added. It's time for lunch. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Okay, it's ramen, so that part's not different. And I've left the noodles, you know, as whole as I possibly can. I'm dropping chunks all over my floor. And what I'm going to do is use the flavor packet and soak the noodles until they're soft. And then I'm going to fry them. Take the noodles, drain the liquid off. I don't like that part. I don't like wasting the liquid. Well, maybe I can pour myself a cup of broth or something. And then I'm going to put some chicken, canned chicken, and stir it up with some sesame oil and some garlic, and probably have some sriracha. I got to learn how to say that over again. I've been saying it wrong for so long. And yeah, gonna make myself a little Asian fried noodle dish today. The water to soak the noodles in takes a couple of minutes. I try to keep just enough water in this to meet my needs for the immediate future. Maybe, you know, a cup of coffee, a cup of cocoa, and then, you know, I fill it. That way it doesn't take as long to heat the water. The less water that's in here, the less time it takes to heat, and I'm not wasting, you know, my propane. So one of these bottles, though, these little 1 pound bottles, this will last me 2 to 3 weeks. So it's been doing pretty good. What really eats up the propane is my little buddy heater. If I put that thing on, I've got maybe 4 to 6 hours total time in there. And I've been using it the last couple of nights. I store it back here, but I pull it out and heat up the trailer when I go to bed. And when I get up in the morning, I heat it up again for about, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 minutes. And kind of makes it a little toasty for me to crawl in between the covers. Look at that sky. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the thunderstorm. It's kind of brewing up over the Blanca Peak again. And that just intense blue sky behind it. We're up about 7,700 feet. So kind of a little side note. I guess that helps. Down here, there's been someone camped out. They have a 16-foot cargo trailer. Looks like it's maybe 8 foot wide, 7 foot. I'm not sure exactly, but it turns out it's a woman. Looks like she's single. She drove up here to my campsite today before leaving for town. She needed to go get some locks and stuff. Apparently somebody tried to break into her trailer last night, and her dog bit them and chased them off. So she's going into town to get some locks to kind of secure her trailer a little bit. I thought, man, you know, for some of us, this is all we've got. For somebody to try and take it. I mean, I don't know that they were trying to steal anything. I don't know what their motives were, but I mean, just don't mess with somebody's stuff. Just don't do it. So anyway, I told her. She came up here to just because she noticed the trailer and kind of wondered what I was about. And I told her to come up here and she could camp here if she felt scared down there. So she may do that. She may not. I don't know. You know, us nomads, we like like a little arm's distance between us, I guess. I don't know. But, I don't know. All right, back to noodles. So I've just got the noodles in a paper bowl here with some aluminum foil on it, letting those soak in the broth to get soft. What I did, you know, there's a little flavor packet that comes with the ramen. What I did was I drained the juice out of the chicken, the canned chicken, and put it in with the broth to kind of flavor the noodles a little bit more. So those will probably take about 3 to 5 minutes or so. And okay, then, so I've got the frying pan. My noodles are soaked and soft. First thing I think I'm going to start with is a little bit of sesame oil. Sesame oil is pretty strong, so you don't need to use a lot. I'm going to put about that much in, and then I'm going to use just regular vegetable oil to add some more, because I mean I want to coat all of those noodles, and it'll take a fair amount of oil to do that. So let me get my lighter here, get the fire going. Okay, and well, that's assuming that I can find my vegetable oil. I like to brown my chicken a little bit. Just gives it a little more flavor. Caramelizing, right? Isn't that what I called it? A lot of garlic. I'll break up these chicken chunks a little bit. It's not difficult to make. Basically, just soak the noodles. That takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Just pour hot water over them with a flavor packet. I use the chicken broth from the can. You can choose to do that or not. Once your noodles are soft, you just want to heat up some oil in a pan. I used some sesame seed with a little bit of vegetable oil, just because sesame oil is kind of strong. I may add a little bit more if needed. And then I've added a bunch of garlic, letting that toast a little bit. And then just add your noodles. It's the first time I've made this, so I don't know, this may work, it may not. So now I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil if I can find it. I'm going to add a handful of peanuts to mine. You can choose to add those or not. I know some folks are allergic to them. It's kind of a Thai, I mean, Thais use a lot of peanuts. I think the Chinese do too, but I like the peanuts, so I add them. And I'm basically just, you know, letting this fry up a little bit. I'll add a little bit of, got some dried cilantro as well. Dried cilantro leaves. I was in Walmart in Alamosa, and they have a section there that has a bunch of dehydrated fruits and vegetables. I almost got some, but they were really expensive. You know, some of the stuff, like there was some dehydrated blackberries. Doesn't that sound good? But they were $32 for, you know, a can, about coffee can sized. But I'm planning on going back and getting some more of those. They had peas and green beans and all kinds of stuff. And if I'd have had that, then I'd have probably put those in here as well. Okay, so the meat and the noodles aren't mixing together as well as I'd like, but you know what? I think it'll do just fine. I'm going to put this back in the original bowl. Call this done. I just needed to basically heat stuff up. We're nomads, we don't care about presentation, right? So just plating up here. Of course, now I've got a pan to wash again. So wasting double water. I didn't drink the broth. I just dumped it out into the fire pit. Probably have a bunch of coyotes over there tonight. Oh, I saw a rattlesnake in the road. Big sucker. He was probably, I don't know, a couple inches around. And just sitting in the road, soaking up some sun. He was probably looking for some temperature to stay warm. All right. So there, I don't know what to call this. Fried noodles. Okay, adding a little bit of sriracha. Not a lot. Just enough to give it some heart. Okay, maybe that was a lot. I like it. What can I say? Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that'll do, lad. Chinese spaghetti. Chicken's a nice touch. Wish I had some other vegetables put in here. That'd be good. But hey, I took all of maybe 10-15 minutes. And cost, see, about 25 cents for the ramen, about $1 for the can of chicken, $1.25, handful of peanuts. I don't know about those in bulk. I think it was like $2.50 a pound, and I got 2 pounds of it, and I put in half of a handful. So I don't know, $1.50 for lunch. Kind of hard to beat that, I think. Yeah. So I'm a little rattled about my neighbor's incident last night. I was out taking pictures of the stars, and I heard her dog barking. So they must have been down there at that point. Of course, it was dark. I couldn't see what was going on. I just figured, dog was barking at a coyote or something. Anyway. Yeah, I don't hear about stories like that very often. So I'm a little unsettled by it. Yeah, good. Somebody came out with their horse riding off into the, well, it's not a sunset, but. So for cleanup, I'm just going to wipe out this pan. This is a aluminum Teflon pan, so it's not like a cast iron. Normally cast iron, I would probably wipe this out and then leave the oil in there and heat up the pan to dry it. But I'm just going to wipe this out, and then I'm going to get a little bit of soap on a damp paper towel and get the oil out of it. Just a couple of drops of camp suds. I dilute it with water so that it lasts longer. And then I'll just turn on a little trickle of water here. Just a few drops. That ought to be good. And I'll just kind of rinse this around with my hand a little bit. I mean, when I use this pan again, I'm going to heat it up to temperatures that would kill anything that would be detrimental to my health. But I'm going to get it clean. And then I'm going to wipe this out with a paper towel. Just dry this off a little bit. And then I'll take it out and rinse it off. Yeah, I rinsed all that soap off with a few more drops of fresh water. And then I'm just going to dry it with another paper towel and call it done. Put it away. All right, you guys, that's it for today. Love you. Appreciate all you do. Later.